I think that is the problem, is people have no connection to the land anymore.
When that disconnect is there, then too many things can go wrong.
It is really very recent history that farmers have felt so disconnected from their communities. They don't feel like anyone around them that they can touch or talk to has any interest in their survival at all.
They don't understand what a farmer does. They don't understand what a migrant worker does.
And the costs of it, the emotional, the personal, the physical, and then the financial costs of our food.
The food system that we've created doesn't work for farmers, and it doesn't work for eaters. It works for everybody else in the middle pretty well.
It's gotten so off the rails with industrial agriculture.
The story of modern agriculture is hidden externalities.
Why is our chicken breast $10 to $12 a pound when I can go to the grocery store and it's, $1.49 a pound?
But then it's like, well, do you know what the actual cost of that is? Like the life of the chicken, how they're raised, the subsidies of the feed that they're eating, and all of this stuff. And then it's like, no, and when you're feeding them crap food, you're also eating crap food. Like there's a huge disconnect there.
And we've forgotten about how the fact that life functions on diversity. Ecological health depends on diversity. And we make it uniform and we make it into a monoculture. And then next thing you know, 50 years later, all of our topsoil's gone and our nutrients are gone. And
like over-fertilizing them and pesticides are absolutely necessary when you're growing monocrop on a scale that large.
It's a just degenerative cycle that in the end everyone loses, because you end up with enormous farms that first put out of business lots of small farms, and then even they themselves can't compete, and so they die.
It's not so much that organic or regeneratively grown food is expensive, is that everything else is artificially cheap. We get to pay for it later, and poor people get to pay for it.
Flushing nitrates and fungicides and things like that downriver.
There's climate change. You're borrowing from the climate.
As food got more industrialized, nutrition went down and healthcare went up. We got sicker. As food got cheaper, we got sicker.
There's been a steep decline in the nutrition of foods over the last 100 years, over the last 50 years, because soil health has been decreasing, because soil microbes have been decreasing. Soil health is a key to our own health. If we want to restore our own health, we have to restore soil health.
The question for us then was, how do we grow nutrient-dense food?
I started looking at regenerative agriculture was that the more soil or organic material that we put into the soil, that's an investment.
One thing that's inherent to all of this, including a regenerative approach to agriculture, or whatever word you want to use for it, is a long-term, multi-generational relationship with the land.
And so I think the more that people are aware of where their food comes from and having a connection to that, that will lead to better environmental health and better human health.
My slogan is know your farmer, trust your foods. I'm selling not just the produce, but I'm also selling that sense of connection that a lot of people are looking for with their food.
We want to be able to provide food for every social class. It should be available for everybody.
I think if customers were able to understand, where their food was coming from, who grew it, and especially what it was delivering, they would make very different purchasing decisions.
So do they care about the fact that I don't spray? Do they care the fact that, I am a person of color and I am a first generation farmer? If you're the person that's, going to buy my product, you're going to be my storyteller.
Customers, when they ask for things, farmers are incredibly creative and resourceful. If you ask for it, we'll figure out how to do it.
We have built a business here that I'm very proud of, and it was made possible exclusively through consumer demand, consumers buying my products at a premium over the industrial commodity products. And it has allowed us to do some really good things that I'm very proud of for my land, my animals, and my community.
Through our dollars, we get to vote. Every day you can vote. Every day you can choose for a regenerative earth.